How is Thomas?
Fine.
I missed him so much when I was away.
Yeah, I'd miss him if I had to spend time away from him.
One of us will have to, unless we can agree on joint custody. We'll have to try and be reasonable about it.
Well, I'm willing to be reasonable. Just as long as you are.
Fran, darling. All right. I've been trying to catch your eye for the last half hour, but you've been in such demand, and I'm not surprised. It was an absolutely stunning show.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, I adored it. Mind you, it was quite sad, really. Throughout the entire show, I couldn't help thinking about James, poor dear. He'd be furious with himself for walking out on you if he knew how well you were doing.
But if he hadn't left Laura, you wouldn't have been able to buy his shares, would you?
No, I suppose not. Strange how it all works out.
Isn't it?
Well, I just had to congratulate you before I left. Well done.
What did Laura want?
Knowing Laura, your guess is as good as mine.
Well, you'll have to get used to it, Jan, because once the company's floated on the securities market and you're dealing with shareholders, I doubt if you'll ever know exactly where you stand.
I can't wait.
Mum, if you've got a few minutes, I'd like a word.
Not now, darling.
It's important.
Yes, and so are all our guests. So I suggest we circulate. All right?
Lynn, do you mind if I give you a small piece of advice?
Go ahead.
Rumors in the city are a way of life for most of these people, so it's best to do nothing until it's confirmed.
Until what's confirmed?
Well, I assume you came over to talk to Jan because you'd heard the news. About Charles? And Freer Holdings?
Orrin, what a pleasant surprise to find you in the office. Good of you to finally show up.
Don't start, Laura.
Well, you can't blame me. I haven't exactly seen much of you lately, have I?
I've been kind of busy since I got back from Bermuda and the States.
Evidently. I hear that Charles was asked to resign as chairman of Freer Holdings. Or was he forced?
I don't think it would be appropriate for me to answer that question, Laura.
Oh, come on. Now that he's gone, you're surely not going to play the innocent and tell me you're concerned about betraying a confidence.
As a matter of fact, I am. Straight up.
Well, in that case, I shall just have to ask Ken Masters.
What's he got to do with it?
I was hoping you could tell me. I've just returned from a reception attended by a lot of people down from the city. I didn't like the rumors that were flying around.
What kind of rumors?
That Ken was involved.
With Freer getting the axe?
Apparently.
Well, if he was, they know something I don't.
Exactly. In which case, you better watch your back. And so had I. I think Ken's preparing the ground to try to regain control of Leisure Cruise.
Well, he can try. He won't get very far, will he? We own controlling interest.
So long as we stick together.
There's no way I'd ever side with Ken Masters, Laura. So relax. You got nothing to worry about. Believe me. I don't trust him any more than you do.
Oh, I'm tempted, Jack. There's no doubt about it. Looks like you bought yourself a fine yard.
Well, why then don't you come with me, eh? You're not into plastic tubs any more than I am.
No, but I've got Daisy to think about.
You're a craftsman. You love working in wood. I mean, if you have to move to carry on your trade, Daisy'll understand.
If I were a younger man, I might consider uprooting her, but... Well, what with the rest of the family and all the grandchildren still living around here, I doubt if she'd want to leave Tarrant. She was born and bred here, Jack. So was I.
Well, I was too. But Tarrant's changing, Bill. And so is the mermaid. Listen. If I walked out of here tomorrow, no one would miss me. Unless, of course, we were building traditional boats. But that's not happening anymore.
There's nothing I'd like to do more, Jack, than to be with you building boats just like we've been doing for the past 40 years. But I just can't. I'll always consider Tarrant home, Jack. I don't think I could settle anywhere else.
Well, if you're sure, Bill. And there's something else I want to talk to you about. Who's going to take over from me?
I'm no good with dealing with accounts and banks.
Oh, you mean you don't want to even consider the job?
Well, it's no offence, like. But I prefer to be out and about with the lads sooner than being stuck behind a desk all day.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think about Leo taking over?
Oh, I think he'd be the ideal choice.
Yeah, so did Avril. Not that she didn't think you were suitable or anything. But now that you're not even a candidate, I'd better get Leo in here and see what he has to say about the job.
You know all you need to know.
I thought the same when I got involved with David Relton, but I was wrong there, wasn't I?
Well, to trust him, perhaps. But if, as a result, you lose your trust in other people, then you are wrong.
Freer Holdings has been trying to swallow up this company for years. If you've been associated with them at the same time as trying to do business with me, what am I supposed to think?
All right. All right. If you must know. A short while ago, I was approached to see if I would support a motion to remove Charles Freer as chairman.
I didn't know you had any Freer Holdings shares.
You don't make it a habit of revealing personal business details, Avril. Neither do I.
Nonetheless, I think in the circumstances, I think I am owed an explanation.
Relton Marine isn't the only company to come under threat from the family Freer. 20 years ago, my father was manipulated into selling 200 acres of prime farmland in Lyon for a hotel development at a price far below market value. He was way out of his depth up against Charles and Sir Edward's lawyers, but he managed to persuade them to offer a few shares in the development. A modest amount. But they were just enough to cast the deciding vote and settle an old score. The irony is quite charming.
Extremely.
So, you no longer have to be concerned about Relton Marine being swallowed up, as you say, by Freer Holdings.
But one thing I don't understand in all this, Ken Masters' role.
I'm not at liberty to say. But, well, he has a few old scores to settle, too.
You obviously feature in his plans, otherwise he wouldn't have offered you a place on the Poelma board.
But that won't only benefit Ken, Avril. Being associated with Poelma can also help build and secure the future of my business. And a businesswoman of your quality can assist with that, too. I have a proposition I'd like to put to you, Avril.
Charles, I came over as soon as I heard. Are you all right? Charles?
He hasn't beaten me. He'll never beat me.
That won't help matters.
I have to pay tribute to a brilliant adversary. Come on, Lynn. Let's drink to my wonderful father. A toast to a great man.
Charles, please.
Oh, it's quite an achievement, isn't it? Do you think he's pleased with himself now? Eh? Satisfied? Now that he's turned my business colleagues, my friends, even my own daughter against me?
Are you sure he's the only one responsible for that?
Of course, he's the one responsible.
You didn't have to compete with him.
How the hell would you know? I've always had to compete.
Charles, it's over. Finished. Your father's dead.
Yes, you can rot in hell for all I damn well care.
I wanted this baby to give us a future. But you'll never let go of the past, will you?
What the hell do you expect me to do? Just sit back, do nothing, and let myself be destroyed?
You're destroying yourself. Can't you see that?
Get out. Get out!